7:03 on Friday morning, February 28th, the last day of the month. 42 degrees, highs today in the upper 50s. And it's expected to be a breezy day. Good morning, I'm Michelle Basch.
And I'm Kyle Cooper. The top local stories we're following for you this hour on WTOP. A federal judge in San Francisco has temporarily halted the Trump administration's mass firings of some federal probationary employees from some agencies. WTOP's Alan Etter has the story.
In his emergency temporary restraining order, Judge William Alsup told the Office of Personnel Management to inform certain federal agencies that it had no authority to order the firings of probationary employees, or any employees for that matter. That includes DOD.
Because of the Department of Defense's plans to start issuing thousands of mass terminations.
Jared Serbu with our news partner, Federal News Network, says that was supposed to start today. Alsup wanted the order out now to stop those firings, at least temporarily.
We'll hopefully see some more details on the legal reasoning and exactly who it applies to when we see a written memorandum opinion soon.
OPM lawyers have argued they didn't order anyone to be fired. They wanted each agency to review employees' performance and then determine who should stay, adding probationary employees are not guaranteed employment. Alan Etter, WTOP News.
Now, do federal workers who have lost their jobs get to keep their health insurance? We've been asked that question, and WTOP's Mike Murillo got the answer.
If you're a Fed who's laid off,
there's an automatic 31-day extension of your coverage.
During this time, you'll have 60 days to decide if you want to keep your coverage for up to 18 months through a temporary continuation of coverage. But it can be pricey. Kevin Moss with Consumer's Checkbook says the premium for one popular Blue Cross Blue Shield plan goes from $660 a month while working to $2,250 a month off the job.
This is an increase of $1,600. That's kind of that gap that the government is really paying towards your health insurance.
Since this is a qualifying life event, you can also join a spouse's health care plan. Otherwise, your option is to buy a plan on the healthcare marketplace. But while you could find lower premiums there,
it's quite common to see marketplace plans that have $10,000 deductibles
or more. Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
Now that federal agencies are being told to come up with plans to possibly move offices away from D.C. to save money, it begs the question, what would that do to our region's economy? WTOP's Nick Einelli takes a look.
If agencies move away, there would likely be an increase in office space vacancies along with a decrease in overall consumer spending, sales tax revenue, and income tax revenue. Here's Lucy Dedan, Principal Research Associate with the Urban Brookings Tax Policy Center, a nonpartisan think tank in D.C.
We know that the federal workforce employment represents about 25% of the total employment of D.C. It also represents about 1/4 of the GDP.
She says property tax revenue would likely drop not only from commercial property taxes, but also from residential property taxes, because if people who lose their jobs can't find employment here, they may have to move somewhere else. Nick Einelli, WTOP News.
In other news, it is rarely needed, but public schools in Loudoun County now have a new disciplinary policy on the books. We get details from WTOP's Neil Augenstein.
The U.S. Department of Education, Office of Civil Rights stressed that restraint and seclusion should only ever be used if a child's behavior puts themselves or those around them in imminent physical danger.
Now the Loudoun County School Board has voted to eliminate seclusion. Board member April Chandler's amendment protects staff dealing with a student in crisis.
To give teachers the ability to not second-guess themselves in the moment, but to understand what's appropriate and to focus on safety when faced with the imminent threat of physical harm.
Vice Chair Ann Donahue abstained from the vote, saying the board is requiring training on practices that they're prohibiting. In Loudoun County, Neil Augenstein, WTOP News.
Coming up on WTOP.
Why most of us at least plan to take more vacations this year. I'm Jeff Clayball.
Traffic and weather in 30 seconds.